Hey everybody, and welcome back to Northwest Small Batch Brewing. I'm Steven, and this is my channel, all about homebrewing. And today is a brew talk, and I'm going to talk today about bottle conditioning. So this always seems to come up. So there's two camps. One says that you should dose your entire batch of beer with your sugar that you're going to carbonate with, and the other one says dose your sugar in each bottle individually. I used to be like 100% on the side of dosing your entire batch of beer all at once. Here's the problem with that. You have to move the beer into a bottling bucket, first of all, or you should. It's the best option. And usually your bottling bucket has markings on it to tell you how much volume is in it, right? The problem is that I found that like 90% of the time when you have something like that has etchings on it, they're off. Right? So you have to first make sure that the measurements are accurate on the bucket. Second of all, what happens if you have like between 3 and 3.5 gallons, for example, but it doesn't measure that accurately? It just has 3 and then it has a 4, or you know what I mean? So you're guessing that it's somewhere between 3 and 4. Maybe you can guess it's closer to 3 than it is to 4. So the point is you're going to end up putting a little bit of a guess as to how much sugar you're putting in to that batch. Also, I have found that if you don't really mix it well, thoroughly, what happens is you get too much sugar in some of the bottles and not enough in others, and you get some that are undercarbonated and some that are way overcarbonated or even kind of gusher out when you open them. Not good either way. So then you have the individual bottle dosing where you put sugar in each bottle, right? And then I've heard people like say, well, you can get more chance of an infection if you do that. I mean, really? More chance of an infection than opening your entire fermenter, moving it into a bottling bucket and using a bottling wand. You're still having to fill bottles that you've sanitized. I don't think there's any more chance of an infection either way you do it. I think it's pretty equal. And it's pretty rare to get an infection doing that anyway, because once you have alcohol in the beer, that acts as a pretty good deterrent. I'd be more worried about oxidation. Obviously, I would try to stick away from bottling heavily hopped beers. But anyway, let's get to this. So let's table the talk about, the whole dosing the entire batch, because I've done that. I'm not going to put that on video. I actually have a video on that. If I can find it, I'll put a link up there in the corner to that video that I did on bottling. So there's two options here. I just bought these recently. I don't know if you can see it or not. These are called do-it-yourself DIY beer carbonation drops from Cooper's. There's probably other brands that make it or not. But basically, it's this hard piece of candy, like sugar. I think the ingredients just say glucose, sucrose and glucose. What happens is if you convert sucrose by using a little bit of acid, it turns it into glucose, which is the most common kind of sugar. Easier, supposedly, for your yeast to eat, but I really don't think it makes much of a difference. So my first question is, how much does this weigh? Right? So I'm going to put it here, and let's zero that out. So grams, we're going to do it in grams. 3 grams. So this little guy is 3 grams. I'm just curious. I wonder if they're pretty accurate. Yeah, 3 grams. 1 per 375 milliliter bottle, 2 for every 750 milliliters. Well, 750 milliliters is the size of these liquor bottles behind me, these whiskey bottles. That's a big bottle of beer. But what if you have like a 16-ounce bottle of beer as opposed to 12, You can't really adjust for that. So, what can you do? Well, here's what you can do. You can do sugar instead. Just regular table sugar, right? It's cheaper. It's like $5 or $6 for that bag. And you're getting the convenience, of course, of not having to... well, this thing's getting sugar all over the place. You have the convenience of not having to measure stuff out. Now, the question is, are you going to really... So, that's pretty good. That's a leveled half teaspoon. They say a half teaspoon per bottle. And you know what? That's super accurate. It's 3 grams. I wasn't expecting that. I honestly was not expecting it. I thought it would be a different weight. 3 grams. So now the next question is there a difference between using the table sugar and the drops? I'm guessing there isn't, but I actually dosed a couple bottles, and I'm going to go grab those and see how, if there's any difference. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, I think. Yes, I'm back. So let me start with the one with the sugar. Oh yeah, that didn't carbonate. You guys ever see that happen? The entire top of the bottle just broke off. All right, well, pause.
One eternity later.
Okay, here we go. Welcome back. It's been another month for me. For you, it's been mere moments. I'm going to go through this quickly because I just don't think there's going to be much difference. The first thing is, this is a sample of measured sugar, where I actually took the time to measure it. So, well, I can definitely hear carbonation. So I measured 3 grams of sugar into this one. Yes, I'm using a Pilsner glass for a stout. Oh my God. Well, let's go. Overflow. This is my coffee stout, by the way. I linked to it in the corner if you want to see it. It was from last week. Well, I mean, I posted the video last week. This one was done with a drop, what do you call it? A sugar drop. You know, the ones from the like little candy drop. Again, sounds good. Sounds good. Here we go. Did you hear any ASRM pouring magic on that one? Smells good. Hang on, we'll let the head go down a little bit, although it's hanging around, which I guess is a good sign. I did one more here. It doesn't really count for this, but I have this larger bottle that I have. That is a plastic bottle that I use these to. I mail these out sometimes to people. You're not really supposed to mail this stuff. That's why I said. But I put 4 grams of sugar in this one. 4 grams because oh man, is it a 16 ounce or a 20 ounce? I can't remember. Looks good though. I mean, yeah. All right, let's just get this going here. So this is the one with the measured sugar. Fantastic. Tastes good. Good amount of carbonation. This one is with the sugar drop. Interesting. It almost, I mean, it's good. There's nothing wrong with it. I do feel like it's a little less. So it's possible the one with the measured sugar got a little bit more sugar in it, just a little bit, or it's my imagination. And of course, this is just the measured sugar that was in a larger bottle. It's good. Same thing though. I feel like it's good. I just, for some reason, I feel like it's a little less. Somehow this one feels a little bit more carbonated. The very first one, which was the one I measured the sugar on. Who knows? Anyway, my final conclusion is that that the drops of sugar work just as well as measuring. So unless you really are stuck for time, you might as well save your money and just measure the sugar out. Plus, if you're having anything larger than 12 ounces, you really need to measure the sugar anyway. Make sure you like and subscribe to the page. If you want to know when my next video comes out, make sure you turn on your notification bell when you subscribe so that you get notified when I put up that next video. And until then, have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Happy brewing.